dose of dicks right now on the Dicks Show.
Yeah. You see that right there? That was Chris Wallace helping Biden out. I thought Biden's kid was the one that went to war, not Biden himself.
No man left behind.
It's the Dick Show, 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night. 7:01 on a Wednesday night now.
What up, what up, what up?
1 past the hour. Thank you for tuning into the Dick Show.
Look at my background. It got a lot prettier.
It definitely did.
The lovely Ash Cash 3000 is in the studio tonight.
Yes. Of course, my colleague across from me there, DJ Riches.
What's happening?
Richard Mixon, and our producer Tiani, who's never seen a single episode of the Tiger King. We've seen both versions of the Lion King. Tiger King, not so much.
What do we got tonight?
It's a damn good show. It's a damn good show.
It's an all right show.
It's kind of like it's maybe a little bit bigger than normal.
Okay.
It's kind of
an average show.
Maybe, but
maybe
you know,
it's a good show.
Probably not very
Y'all
good.
both need to shut the fuck up.
Go tune into the other two jackasses talking to you on a Wednesday night.
Exactly.
Let me know how you feel about them.
What jackasses?
I don't think there are any.
Oh.
Not doing a live
Exactly.
show anyways.
There's a
It's
couple
all
dicks.
produced.
There's a
It's a
couple
bunch of,
dicks
it's
at
two
least.
guys staying there. Yeah, check out these T-shirts. It's all produced. We're live. I actually don't know if you guys realize that. What you're seeing right now is us live. You can interact with us. We call you dickheads if you're a person tuning into our show. I say, hey, shout out to Jeff. If you're tuning into our show right now, if you've tuned into a couple of them, we affectionately refer to you as the dickheads. So that's the great part of the show. If you're a dickhead, or even if you're a first-time dick in training, you can talk to us live on Facebook, and we might catch your comment and we'll say it. It's not the same as calling into a call show. We know that. We're working on that. One day you'll be able to call in and express your opinion live.
Once the corporate sponsors start pouring in.
Yeah, it's going to take corporate sponsors and us, having a computer that'll handle all that sort of stuff.
But anyway, as we're all here, we need some alcohol.
Yep, liquor of the week. What are we drinking tonight?
Tonight we have Templeton Rye, I believe.
Templeton Rye. It actually literally says the good stuff.
It says the good stuff,
Good stuff. So I think good stuff means it's aged. Let me put it here where it's in focus. Good stuff means it's aged 6 years in this case.
Okay.
Yeah.
My son is actually turning 5 next week. Bro.
Is he the good stuff too?
He is the good stuff, bro.
Okay,
He's
good.
a cowboy
A
through
cowboy.
and through, bro. We cannot get that boy to take his cowboy boots off or
How'd
his hat.
you pull that off? Because I remember a time when I was singing the fireman at karaoke and you were so angry.
Well,
Want to pass me your cup over there?
Who's that for?
keep going.
We're all drinking whiskey tonight. We should have prepared for this before the show.
We should have.
Because this is our first time ever drinking alcohol live on the show,
doesn't
and we
matter.
didn't
I
quite
guess
know
we
how to
can
do
They
it.
handed it to me.
Okay, well, we can drink it.
That drink I passed you is yours, and I'll keep this one, and I'll pass this one over to Ashley.
All right.
We got some other things coming up. Of course, we're going to talk about the debate last night.
But
How could we not?
Thank you, sir.
It was the thing that was called a debate, but man, it was
this
quite a
is-
shit show,
So
wasn't
this is the good stuff, huh? I want to know, Ashley, because you're an avid whiskey drinker. I want to know what your honest
Face
opinion.
expression. We'll
What's
know.
your honest opinion of the good
I
stuff
don't even know
is?
how to drink
Yeah.
this.
Well, you
you
hold the
pull
cup
it to your lips and you
and
take
you,
a sip.
you open your gullet and
Down it
Down
goes.
it goes.
Oh, gosh. Let's see.
That is good stuff. You know, I actually picked Templeton today because I realized that many a time I go into a bar and I ask for my favorite whiskey, and they don't have my absolute favorite, whatever it is.
I know it
And then
is.
the next thing that they have in line is Templeton. I always say Templeton because I think that's a pretty good second choice. And I thought,
Isn't that the rat on Charlotte's Web?
I don't know. I haven't watched Charlotte's Web in too long.
Years.
So I got the good Templeton tonight, and I'm pleased with it.
I've been
It
trying
was
to
good-
read. I've been
good
trying to
choice.
read more
Actually
since
kinda like
all the shelter-in-place orders are starting to get.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie.
There's a movie?
Since I read about Charlotte's Web.
Exactly. I've been reading the greats lately. I've been reading the greats. Charlotte's Web. What's the one that Julian makes me read him every night?
Which one?
Don't be brave like Batman. What else? My daughter Carmela, she has a 3-page little plastic book that she chews on that I read her constantly.
You know,
That's
I was when we were in the hospital with George, we were watching these YouTube videos.
Okay.
And
Do I want to know what kind of YouTube videos you were watching?
he's into the compilations thing with like funny cats but then there's this other one, Zach Green, Zach King, Zach something. This guy he just takes just videos that other people have produced. There's 15 minutes of it and millions of views. And I thought to myself, every time that we take videos that other people have done and put them on our show, we get banned from YouTube. So how does that work? you make a compilation video, and you get millions of views. And we take the thing of the police dispatcher that we did live at Broken Arrow, and the show gets pulled. I don't know. I got to call. Who do I call at YouTube and ask about that? There's got to be a number, right? I can look it up on the Google, and I just YouTube 800 number, and I call them up and say,
I've
I've got.
probably call your boys over at Google.
You know,
Hey,
Yahoo
check it out.
used to be a tenant of one of our buildings.
Okay.
And it was, not the entirety of Yahoo, but like their advertising wing or their accounting department or some just department to have this one suite. And there were a couple times when I'd be there and some old man would pull up, screeching up in his car and get out. Where the hell's Yahoo? I told him I want to come in and kick their goddamn door in, and here I am. Sir, it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't.
You have to have a card badge to get into Yahoo. There's no customer.
I didn't
There's
talk
no
all
desk.
Where are all these damn
Where are
Yahoos?
these goddamn Yahoos at? It was always the same thing. Like,
Christ.
who was that? It was a guy looking for the Yahoo again. Oh,
Today was historical, though, bro. Today
was.
historical. What happened in history?
all sorts of things, including your team, the A's, saving the best
Let's
for last.
go, Oakland.
Right. So, in 1822, Joseph Marion Hernandez becomes the first Hispanic elected to Congress.
Nice.
A lot longer.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 1889, Wyoming legislatures write the first state constitution to grant women the vote, right to vote.
Do
is
people
what they should
actually
say.
live in Wyoming? Because Wyoming seems like those state. Have you ever met anybody from Wyoming?
I don't think you meet people from Wyoming because if you get too close to them, they have a shotgun and then you're going to get
Right.
buried somewhere.
Right?
So nobody meets
honestly,
people from there.
have you ever met anybody from Wyoming? Has anybody out there met anybody or know anybody who's from Wyoming?
Wisconsin, but not Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two people from Wisconsin, in fact. They
I've
both
never-
wear the hat. They both wear the Green Bay hat.
You got anybody?
How about this? Have you ever
Yeah,
met somebody
Wisconsin,
from
yeah.
Wisconsin that wasn't a complete cheesehead?
No, absolutely
Yeah, no.
not. It's
I mean, hat wearing, jersey wearing. I
Bro,
can't come in today because the Packers are playing.
in Wisconsin, they actually shut down everything. Grocery stores, liquor
well, they
stores,
should.
gas stations, everything for football.
Good for them. I wish we did the same. Well, we
Yes.
kind of do the same thing in the city for the.
And they're
big Giants
adamant
game.
about the damn cheese too. Like that isn't a joke. Like
Okay.
you go over there, like, hey, I got you a present. What do you got? It's cheese. Dude,
Back
that's
to
how
back
it works.
to
Okay.
the history again. We're getting okay. This is so 1889, and then this is interesting. So Wyoming legislatures, the state legislatures, right?
Okay.
They came up with the first state constitution to grant women the right to vote. Now in 1918, President Woodrow Wilson was in favor of female suffrage, which I used to think meant like the women are suffering, but it actually means that they are equivalent.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it was actually a year later, so 1919. I don't know quick math, but that's 30 years. 30 years later, before nationally we decided that women should have the right to vote. And he actually, a little bit of history. He wasn't against it, but it was one of those topics that when it came up, it was kind of like Biden in the debate last night, and he would just change it or not answer the question. So he was actually not in favor of it at all, and he decided that these women ran households while the men were away
Exactly.
at World War I.
Who
and
the
so
hell's going
forth.
to cook me dinner?
Right. So and do the
Yourself?
household chores. 1954, USS Nautilus, the world's first nuclear submarine, is commissioned by the U.S. Navy. In 1955, James Dean dies in a car accident, and sausages would be forever changed. And then, of course, today.
That's Jimmy. That's
Oh
Jimmy,
shit!
dude.
It is. Okay.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Well,
Bing.
Jimmy isn't that a nickname for James?
What do you prefer? You like the round sausages or the link sausages?
Jimmy is
The square
nickname
ones.
for William.
Isn't that a hamburger
It's like
patty?
fish sticks.
Those are the hamburger patties they sell at Wendy's, bro.
Right, floor franks. And then, of course, today the Oakland A's won the first playoff game.
Hey,
in
in
7 years.
7 years.
That 2000.
Right? They have another
Wait,
elimination game
7
tomorrow.
years? Because I thought it was 2009.
No, it was 2009 since the last time they got past the
Oh,
first,
okay.
the
All
first,
right.
the first round.
So
of
we
the
might have
playoffs.
a 2009. We might have an 11-year coming up pretty soon here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if they win tomorrow, it'll be the first time in 11 years that they've actually won a playoff series. So Bob Melvin almost blew it today, but the A's still pulled it out. I was all kinds of proud. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't stressed out about what was actually happening.
Yeah.
So
Interesting bit of history. Facebook has been around just a little over 12 years, which meant that there's never been a Facebook post celebrating the Oakland Raiders playoff championship.
you know what?
Why are you talking shit?
You know what? The sad part about that is there's never been one for the 49ers winning a Super Bowl either.
Oh, you might have a point there.
Good point. Thank you, bro.
You got you. But you know what?
Nor has there-
there has been one for the Seahawks.
Just one.
There has been one for the Seahawks.
There was almost one 3 years ago. So close.
There was almost one last year for the 49ers too. How'd that go?
Not so well.
They had a pretty picture at halftime.
Here
Yeah.
we go.
And then it could have been so sweet. And in the end, they fucked it all up.
Maybe they fucked it all up.
Social media, you wanted to talk, speaking of
Dude,
social media, you want to talk about, so you went online today and you
Today was-
decided to make a
today was
political
a day.
post, and it just kind of, well, made for a show topic in the end.
I'm going
'cause
to
you're going to tell us
drink
about
this. Yeah, I'm going to tell you about this. So, with all the political stuff that's going on, me and my wife, we were talking a lot.
For this one.
Yeah, exactly. Talking a lot recently about social media and how much time, especially being from home and working from home, and not really being able to go out and do a whole lot. We spend a lot more times on our phone in front of our computers. And
Right.
all kinds
In
of stuff,
fact, in
right?
fact, it's almost to the point. I joke about this all the time, but people will act. People will act like something doesn't exist if it's not in front of them, and they're thinking like,
Exactly.
I'm going to cross the street right now and not pay attention to traffic, and I'm looking at my screen and I don't see a car coming in the screen, so there must not be a car there. I mean, that's kind of how
Absolutely.
people are now.
And it's weird,
crazy.
and you find, or what I've found is, in almost all of my downtime, the first thing that I do is grab my phone. As soon as I have a second
true.
to, like, I'm not doing something right now, let me grab my phone, let me check it.
Yeah, well,
right?
the post on Instagram the other day where somebody was saying, "Should I do this while I'm pooping?" And and I was like, people are gross as I'm sitting there on the toilet scrolling through the. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the spare time thing. I've gone into a store, I'm waiting in line for my coffee, and I rather than strike up a conversation with a stranger who's wearing a mask and I can't understand him, I pull my phone out and I just kind of look through and
You're not
check
really even looking
useless
either,
crap,
just
just
Yeah.
garbage.
scrolling.
Yeah,
Well, not always. Sometimes I'm looking for show topics, but mostly useless garbage.
Yeah, but completely understandable. But what I asked this morning was, after watching the debate last night, it's fresh on everybody's mind. We're going to talk about that later. But the first thing that popped into my head watching the debates was Biden said nothing about here's what I'm going to do as president, right? They spent an hour and a half arguing.
And I mean,
forth.
neither of them did, to be fair. But
No,
yeah.
neither of them
Yeah.
did. But he is, but Trump is the incumbent. So I'll give him that much.
And we have a record of him as president. and
Knowing what he's done, right?
Sure, fair enough.
Biden, you haven't. So
Okay.
my question to Facebook this morning was, what are you, if you're voting for Biden, why are you in support of him? Other than, I hate Donald Trump,
Right.
right?
It's a fair question. I've asked the same question on
I
Facebook
didn't
before
want,
myself.
I didn't want to argue with people. I mean, I have my own political views, of course, and it wasn't a let's argue policy. It wasn't to to have other people bash other people.
Damn, I missed that. Whole
It was. It's still there. I think I'm up to like 70 something comments and stuff now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I literally wanted people to say, other than don't say the word I hate Donald Trump. Don't say he's this or he's that.
Right. I'm voting
Don't-
for him
tell me-
because of these things rather than
this
he's
is why
running
I-
against the other
This
guy.
is why I believe
Sure.
in Joe Biden. Let it be 4 years from now when there's going to be two new people running against each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
What? I hate you. Why do you want to
was,
that?
was
right?
that the response you
And
got?
I got a lot of people like, well, anybody's better. I'd rather vote for a potato than Donald Trump.
which
And-
is saying Trump. That's not asking for what you're looking for. That's
and
voting
out
against
of
the
all
opponent.
the comments that I got, I
And
think
that's
I
the
got
situation
about
we're in now, which
5
is-
people
Yeah.
who actually gave me a legitimate, and whether I believed in it or agreed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Thank you. It was 5 people that actually had something to say other than, well, he's this and he's that and Trump is racist and this and that.
Right.
But it was shocking to me. And what I collectively thought is it's a scary idea because
Mm-hmm.
whether facts or not, people are getting all of their news, whether it's true
Their
or fake,
facts wrong.
Yeah.
straight from social media.
Yep.
And it's all owned by
Yeah.
the same people, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, because that's where I spend all my.
I watched ABC
Downtime.
for the first time last night in years that I've watched ABC, the channel, and
Disney on
to be
Ice was
fair,
on, huh?
and to be fair, it felt like Disneyland. To be fair, I mean we streamed it, and so it wasn't like I sat down at the TV and I turned the knob
Yeah.
until it said 5 on it, right? I mean it was all streaming, and we were able to watch it. So absolutely, and I think Congress has picked up on that idea, and that's why they're starting to work on some legislation that says that some of these social media sites, some of these purveyors of news now is what they've become, need to make sure that they give equal time to both sides and they're not. I mean, they're not doing that.
But as a
probably won't
privately
happen,
owned company, you have the rights to portray whatever views.
fair,
that
but
you
ABC,
agree with.
CBS, and NBC are you assume to be somewhat, or used to assume to be somewhat fair and balanced, and those are all private entities.
Yeah,
so
but now they're all owned by the same corporations, so it makes
right,
it
it's
really,
spouting the
really
same
scary.
one-sided dribble.
Yeah, so I mean, you see a lot of hate going on, but not a lot of knowledge, and
Mhm.
No knowledge at all.
I'm older than average, I guess I could say. Older than average.
I think you're like
in the middle.
Is there such a thing as an average?
I don't know, but I'm smarter than the average bear. I like this thing.
Than the average bear?
Exactly. Sometimes.
I bet you the average bear might outsmart you on a couple things.
I'm that old. Okay, so I just want people to think for yourselves, find your own facts, find your own truth, and do your own research. If you're gonna vote for somebody, the lesser of two evils is still evil. Right.
Well, let's be honest to all our people in California. It doesn't really matter if you're planning on voting for
'Cause
the
Biden's
right-wing
gonna
candidate
win
because
anyway.
Exactly.
our
Trump's gonna be elected
electoral
before it gets to-
our
before it gets to
electrical
California
our
anyway,
electrical our electoral vote always goes to the.
The electrical.
Let me have another sip
electrical
of
vote.
whiskey.
Exactly. Sounds perfect.
How about
It's
we
really
all
good,
vote for
actually.
Biden and then
I'm voting for Joe Jorgensen, and I realize that means it's a vote for Biden, but
Well, it's actually-
I'm
well,
at peace with that.
makes no difference here in California.
It
who the
makes a
hell you
difference,
vote for. Nancy Pelosi will be reelected for the 732nd time,
Right.
but it's a
Fires
little
going
bit-
on in Sonoma right now, and I thought, what are the odds that all of a sudden all sorts of state resources are going to be devoted to that? The second Plum Jack Winery becomes really like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? No,
Oopsies.
not Rumbauer.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Do
Can't do that to us.
you want to see Kanye before the break or after the break?
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. I'm good with that. Here we go.
These two just can't be beat. It's the Dick Show.
I'm on the phone. Pretend I'm at home on the phone.
Mike's on. That went out over the air.
Kanye to the.
Kanye,
Bro, I gotta
Kanye
tell
must
you-
be a
I gotta
porcupine
tell you a
according to
story.
this.
I got to tell you a story about what happened to me this weekend. I didn't ask
What's
you
that?
this week, right? I didn't ask you how your
You
week
didn't
was.
ask me, so no, how was yours?
what kind of
So-
look is that, bro?
No, it was my brother-in-law's birthday this weekend, right? I feel this, bro.
That's what I think now when I think of birthdays. Okay. Go on.
Right? No, it was my brother-in-law's birthday, so we went out to what was it called? What was it called?
Rio Del Mar.
Rio Del Mar, right?
It sounds like
Fancy
a
way of saying South
fancy
South
wine.
Santa Cruz.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
No, but
That's
it
why I
was-
recognize the sign.
Yeah, but
Sure,
it was
sure,
a
sure.
nice it was a nice resort we stayed at, and he turned 23 years old, and I am a tad bit older than that.
Those were good times.
Exactly, right? So we're out on the beach and we're playing, drinking games and stuff with the youngsters, and I made a comment, right, about being higher than a giraffe's pussy.
Oh, that's my. I have a
Right?
T-shirt that
They-
says that.
No,
you know that?
no, they gave me the look of like deer in headlights. They're like,
Like you weren't supposed to say it?
no,
Or-
they're
No,
like
they
like
didn't
like
understand
they're like,
it.
what does that mean?
They're like, huh? They didn't get it, so I had to explain what higher than a giraffe's pussy meant.
Because the giraffe is really high.
That's
and
what I said. I said, well, you get it.
And they were like, oh.
Doesn't that feel like blasphemy to
You're
you?
like-
Because
you just
really,
took
like
the
a joke is not the
Yeah.
same if you have to explain it, and the
Yeah.
fact that you have to explain that joke takes all the wind out of the sails. You know,
really took
maybe
all
hey,
the wind, bro. There
you
was-
know,
Got that joke.
there
I
was-
like your brother. I like your brother-in-law. I think he's a nice guy, but maybe let's not throw pearls before swine anymore when you tell jokes, huh? Maybe don't save the zingers for him until he's
He
a little,
knows the
until he's
joke.
old enough to appreciate him and mature enough to
like
get
a-
the whole. Because
that joke
higher
that-
than a giraffe's pussy is just. I mean, that's gold.
You know what?
I put that on a shirt. There's a couple guys at our
I
Burning Man
understood
camp
the
that
joke.
still to this day see me and they crack up laughing.
You know
remembering
what?
me
We're
wearing
going
that shirt.
to make those shirts for sale. We're gonna pull a Hodge Twin special, and we're gonna have
That
type
could be.
in-
One, we could
type
do a
in
couple
code-
different ones, and that would be one of them, and it would say the Dick Show and higher than a giraffe's pussy. Yeah,
You like it?
totally
you
on
like
board
it?
with that. Yeah, I've got the giraffe graphic already. I designed it myself. It was a
Don't
great
you
line
already
drawing.
have a shirt that says that?
Yeah, but we're gonna make them. They're gonna be Dick Show branded.
Nice.
Good with me. Speaking
what-
of porcupines and peeing on people,
What
This is
happened,
all.
bro?
This
What
is
happened?
this is yesterday's news today, but why not? So Kanye.
Kanye to the?
Yeah, he got on his Twitter machine and filmed himself with a
Imagine that, right?
and filmed himself. Well, let's take a look at the laptop right now, and we'll see. The actual footage, as you can see, that's his Twitter.
Those are Yeezys for sure.
Yeah.
Close your eyes, show me your face. I'm gonna piss on it.
You're gonna piss on it.
Music was, of course.
Hey, didn't he
added.
fight Taylor Swift over that shit?
Yeah, I think so. That was a whole thing when he went up
Taylor,
and took the
Taylor, you're great,
microphone.
but Beyonce is the greatest music video of all time.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
What an ass.
Yeah.
I feel, you
So
know.
what happened? What happened?
That was it. He peed on his Grammy.
Why?
Well, because he's, you know, the thing, as you mentioned earlier with the internet, the good side of things is that some institutions that have always been looked up to and held in high regard are becoming a little bit more exposed now. Like we're learning the truth about some of this stuff, right? And the Grammys is just kind of a. I mean, I've always thought of it as a trade show, right? Like it's
absolutely.
it's the music people.
Do you still
and
watch
it's-
them?
No, I haven't watched them in decades. I don't think I ever did. Just like the what are the ones for the movies and Emmys? So the Emmy Award is
MTV Awards.
you're just trying.
So,
Not up in here.
So, but it's a trade show, right? Like
Okay.
it's if you had a group of plumbers and people that sell plumbing supplies want to get all the plumbers together in one place once a year in some big hotel lobby, this is the equivalent of that. But because it's movies, we all have to watch it on TV, or because it's music and those are the superstars of our rock stars, we all have to watch it on TV and we have to hear it on the radio. So it's just a trade show.
Gotcha.
And it's just, I don't know, it's incestuous. Hey, you know, I'm on the board this year and I won it last year and you're a damn good sport and we're going to give it to you this year. And it just very much has that feel to it. And so I get it. I get where Kanye's coming from.
Yeah.
Would I put an award that I righteously won from that organization in the toilet and piss on it? I feel like that's a little excessive. But he does things for shock value. This is not news. And I think on some level, we make fun of it on our show, but I think we're watching a guy kind of in the throes of some mental issues, and we just keep making fun of it.
You know he's doing
Maybe
that.
it's
I
not
mean,
right.
I actually
For attention.
I actually seen this as it happened, last week, and the whole point of it was he's been trying to break away from his record label and actually get his masters back, right? The same stuff Dr. Dre went through with Death Row Records and Suge Knight and all those other kind of things, right? And he's actually trying to get all the other major artists, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, even, reached out to them like, come on, retweet this. We need to get our masters. We need to own our music. It's our, we created this art. But, when they all first signed that record deal, they didn't care about, it's my art. I want to own this. Like no, we own you and we'll give you a piece, of it because you're the face of it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, what are you really going to do? So.
Oh, so when you sign a record deal, it's like a lifetime.
Well, it depends on how good
It
depends on how good your lawyer or your agent is. That some people didn't Elvis not have any of his estate has like none of the rights to most of his music. It's like a radio or Michael Jackson.
Okay,
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson was actually super super rich, right? So he was one of the people that
Yeah, he had
He made
a
so
amusement
ma-
park. I hear.
well, not just that, but Michael Jackson, like he made more money off of the Beatles than he did off of his own music. So one of the big things that happened when John Lennon died, right? That's why he was friends with Yoko Ono. He actually purchased the rights to all the Beatles music because John Lennon owned all of it, right?
We got to bring a Yoko Ono track in for the next
Right?
show because I'm
'Cause-
telling you, it's good
Well,
stuff.
Well, John Lennon and Paul McCartney wrote all their music, but John Lennon owned all the rights because of the record deal.
Hey, you want to
Michael
come over and
Jackson-
listen to my Yoko Ono CDs? I was just about to go stick my dick in a meat grinder, but maybe.
Not up in here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
what do you say? I'd rather run backwards in a car.
Backwards naked through a
You know
cornfield.
what? You know where I get? You know where I get most of those things from?
Sky.
Is this man right here?
Yeah.
I'd rather put my balls in a vice.
Slide bare ass naked down 20 feet of splintery plywood.
Oh, my
Bob
God.
for apples and a bucket of pus.
Ooh,
That one's gross.
Drag my balls across a mile of broken glass.
You said that
a
one.
mile of broken glass.
Yeah, just to hear her fart through a walkie-talkie.
So that's what the debate was like last night.
Yeah,
In case
it
you guys
was.
are wondering.
Just a bunch of interruptions, and I don't remember what you were talking about. Oh yeah, Michael Jackson and the Beatles.
yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
The music.
yes. So
The rights
he
to the
actually
music and so
bought
forth, yeah.
all the rights to the Beatles music from Yoko Ono, and actually made more money off of the Beatles than the Beatles ever made.
Good for him.
So
Yeah.
that's where.
How
the
much of
issue
that
is.
money did he leave to his family in his
All of
passing?
it.
Yeah.
All of it. All of it to
Who
his, to his
was
two
in-
kids.
To his two kids. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So they got.
Who was it?
Blanket.
How do you
Blanket
think?
and Prince. So
how do you
Prince
think-
is actually Michael Jackson Jr.
How do you think Blanket felt about great? What am I supposed to do with this broken Ferris wheel?
You know what? The
amusement
actual,
park
the
rides
actual
that the
amusement
paints-
park,
Is
they
it-
actually.
Is it running?
Is it relicensed to?
No,
Well, it's not
actually-
running right now
It's
because
still
of
empty.
coronavirus.
It's still empty.
Damn it.
Exactly.
I mean, but I think
Social
that I think that goes without saying. Did you watch the debate last night? I did.
What debate?
reminded me a lot, and I've said this before,
You
but
gotta say baited.
I think we're
You know what we watched? You know what we did watch the other night, bro?
What?
Before we get into this,
what
Idiocracy.
Thank
'cause
you,
we had
thank
to.
you, because I was just going
Hey,
there.
'cause it was
I was just going there.
It was
Yeah.
like
Stop bugging me. I'm baiting.
Yeah.
I'm baiting.
Well, because we got to
Shut
the
up, I'm
thing,
baiting.
like the debate, the president Terry Crews, right? I mean, it was just, oh god, those were great scenes, right? But I mean, that's what it's starting to feel like. First of all, we're already
backing up.
the Idiocracy had one fatal flaw, and that's that it was pushed out 1,000 years too far. Because
Yeah.
I believe we're full on in the year
We're almost
3000.
there.
So
right
do you think
now.
we're getting dumber?
Yeah, we're there.
Absolutely on some levels. You know, I mentioned earlier, like the good thing about the internet is you can do some research and you can figure stuff out. You can if you know the question to ask, the right way to ask it,
Gotcha.
and how to look at something, and say, okay, I can see this and I can see what's going on and I can put this in my brain. It's like a reading comprehension thing, and I can
Okay.
go work on my truck. And I know what to do now. I watched this jackass do it, and he did 3 different things wrong that I can see. But I get it now. I see, he broke the clip, so I won't yank the door off that way.
At all?
I'll lift it up straight, But I think we have a lot of people who, if information is not handed to them now on a golden platter, that it just, there's no comprehension of it, and it has to be a 10-second. It has to be a 10-second Vine.
I think it's
or
getting
TikTok
even
video.
worse too, because you're starting to see more and more and more celebrities and athletes and these types of people that most kids like to look up to, right? They want to be
Yeah.
like, okay, well, here's what's happening, here's what's going on, here's what you should vote for. No, don't just get out there and vote, because that should be the word. Get out there and vote. Get out there and exercise your freedom. Get out there and vote. No, get out there and vote for Biden. And it's sad.
Well, our son came into the room the other night, and he was like, last night, and he said, well, Trump's a racist. And I said, okay, fair enough. Why? Well, because somebody at school told me that.
Yeah.
Well, don't ever, if you're going to go off of what somebody told you at school without fact checking and doing a little bit of background why, and that person at school may have had a very valid reason for saying that, but you
Okay.
need to know, the information needs to be
Yourself.
Yeah,
organically
exactly.
grown within your own, level of learning.
So did everybody in this room watch the debate?
Everybody did.
Okay, T, what was your opinion? What was your opinion of the debate?
Bunch of
First thought.
That was her
Clowns.
first thought. A laugh.
clowns. Yep,
You're
I
like,
laughed.
"Huh."
2 clowns debating.
Ash, what'd you think?
Well, she didn't get to say what she thought.
Oh,
No,
just,
I
just
did.
first thought.
Clowns,
First
yeah.
thought.
Clowns.
First thought. Clowns.
Yeah, it was laughable. It was embarrassing to watch as an American.
It was
Just like-
embarrassing to watch the president act like a fool. You know what I mean?
There was, yeah.
agree.
He did
Watching
not
him,
act
he didn't
presidential
have
at all.
nothing professional about him when I looked at
I wish I
him.
could make
That's
the
just
face.
him. I
And
don't
he
know
was-
if that's just him.
And there was so many opportunities where he could have
Right.
come
He had
across as very,
ample
but
opportunity.
I wish one of his handlers would tell him, look,
His handlers.
look,
I like it.
there are
His
things that
handlers.
your supporters really like about you,
Okay.
and there are some things that your supporters cringe.
Yeah.
And the things that they don't like that make them cringe, maybe do a little less of that. And the things that they
Yes.
like,
Do
maybe
more
do a
of
little bit
that,
more of
yeah.
that. But he doesn't. It's just bull
Oh,
and
you
China.
want me to
It's
do the
yeah.
opposite?
It's it's moose in a china cabinet
And
every time
then
with
I
him.
might,
and-
I
and-
must say,
I'm not saying
Biden,
I'm
he
a supporter,
looks
but that's
so
what they should do.
professional up there.
but tired.
He looks. He didn't look.
He's
He
like,
didn't even
"Ah,
look tired.
okay."
He didn't even look tired.
You know what?
Like his
Hey,
smile.
that was
his
my question.
smile.
Okay, did you guys play the?
He's scared
Did you
to
guys
show.
play the drinking game?
If he didn't say
Did you-
"come on, man" at all
Did you guys?
last night.
No. The first thing that he said. Hey, man. When Biden
Yeah,
and
but that
Trump-
wasn't the rule of
No,
the drinking.
no, when
The
Biden
drinking
and
game
Trump
was
first
"come on,
walked
man."
up, the first thing he said.
That's come on.
He
Hey,
said,
man.
he said,
yeah.
"Hey, man."
But he held.
That's how you
himself
announce the
well.
president, though. I mean, at the end of the day, he's still the president.
He held himself well,
Yeah,
though.
Mr.
Like,
President.
hi, Mr. President. You know,
Not hey man.
not
how's it
hey,
going?"
man.
Yeah.
What if he had said that to his former boss?
Ray
when-
said she played the drinking game. Of course, Ray
She-
did.
Of course she did.
Of course,
Her
Ray
drinking
did.
game said every time you hear the
Hey,
word "the,"
man.
take a shot of your your whiskey.
Exactly.
Every time Biden said, "Will you shut up?" Oh, there we go again.
But
You know
that
what-
was wrong
you
on
know-
the other part.
you know what hit me,
on
though,
Trump's
is he's
part,
like-
though.
he's
He
like-
didn't let
It
him
was,
speak.
was.
Just
Yeah.
like Rich on the damn show. Like he don't let you speak half the damn time.
I've been throwing it back
He's
at him
out-
lately, though. Yeah, I don't know if you caught that, but
I'm just kidding.
Oh, you quiet now, bro.
Why are you bringing up old shit? That was last show. Shit, we got a new show this week.
yeah, damn good show.
We have a damn good show. Hey, why did we decide to bring our wives on the fucking show?
Well, because we wanted to bring him in for the debate. So I bring up the debate.
I lose all the debates at home. Shit, I
you-
watch whatever
do you
the hell I
really?
want to watch on
Do you
TV
really?
when my wife goes to the damn
Right.
store.
I can remember my grandpa. that I looked up to him obviously, and but
Your grandpa was a good man.
He was, yeah. But man, he sometimes my grandma was as strong a man as my grandpa was. My grandma was a stronger woman. Tell me to organize my damn sock drawer as he's like marching off to the bedroom. So
That's how it
it'd be
works,
like
though.
that sometimes, you know.
You know what though? There's so much truth in happy wife, happy life. But sometimes you just
Verse is true too, that if the wife isn't happy, then nobody's happy
Yeah.
at
My
all.
whole house
truer
is
words
suffering.
have never been
Without
spoken.
So the
Happy.
debate last night. So there was some controversy going around before the debate. Obviously, Trump had called for a drug test to happen before the debate because he
Seen
thought
that.
Biden was
I
going
heard
to
about
go
Did
debate.
he?
But
Oh.
they did, and
He
it was
called-
it was
Wait, what does he accuse him of taking?
he said he was going to take some drug, essentially like
Anti-death medicine.
essentially like an Adderall, like a
Yeah.
shot of Adderall to make you awake
It
and
could have been like cocaine, like his son. Ooh, is that a low blow?
That was fudged up, bro.
so the
I didn't like that. What Trump was talking
yeah, I
about
didn't like
his
that.
son
Anyway.
either.
So, anyways, but the other one,
Coward.
the other
He called him out first, though.
The other request that they had before the debate was to do was to check and make sure that neither of the candidate had
An earpiece.
an earpiece, a listening device. Biden wouldn't do it. And I'm going to play you something right now, and I want to
I wanna
pull
hear
my
this.
laptop
I wanna
up,
hear
and
this.
I want you guys to give me your take on
Tell
this.
me.
This is from last night's debate.
Why should the American people trust you more than your opponent to deal with this public health crisis going forward? In this case, the question goes to you first, sir. 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Good luck. 200,000 dead. As you
What?
said, over 7 million
just say
infected in the
good
United
luck?
States.
Doesn't
Yeah.
that sound like somebody just said good luck to
Somebody
him in
said
his
good luck.
earpiece, and he just looked down at
Yeah.
the script and said good luck? I don't know. What is your take on that? Seems a little. It's
I
questionable.
never caught. You know what? I didn't
I
get
caught that
I
last
caught a lot
night.
of
I
things
caught
that
that
he
last
said.
night.
I got it. It's in my notes. And to be frank, I took a lot of notes last night, and that was the only. I think it's pretty easy to come across and say, look, Biden looked far more presidential than Trump did. Trump cut in. He did just a lot of just the jerky things that Trump does. Not saying that some of the points he made weren't worthy of taking note of, but the president isn't elected so much on the content of what he says. When you go back in history and you look at people that would have made good presidents, but they were a foot shorter, or they were balding, or it's a proven fact that how you look in these debates physically, how you come across, your
That's
mannerisms, your
stronger.
body language is more important than the content. And I'm not saying to me it is, but I'm saying to the low information voter
Okay.
that's going to go out there and
Nope. I understand.
16-year-olds should vote. That's important to right there. And Trump didn't have it last night. I mean, there's no. I don't. Come on here if you're a dickhead and you think
That's-
I'm wrong. Please tell me and please state how, because that was
we're
my
actually
take
getting
on
a lot
it.
of stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm not voting.
You know what? There was a lot of people. CBS was saying there shouldn't be a second debate. It was too much of a mess.
I disagree.
There was. I definitely
I think we ought to
there
have.
should be
I think we
more.
ought to have more of these than we planned.
Oh,
Let's see
I
if
don't
let's see
wanna
if any
see
changes.
more.
Let's see if any changes happen.
it was
Let's see if the next
definitely
one our
stressful.
president looks a little bit more presidential.
think
Let's see if
so?
adjustments are made. I'm really curious about that.
I don't think
As much as that debate was a shit show, and I saw people saying, "Oh God, I had to turn it off."
Okay.
I can't wait, and I also can't wait for the vice presidential debate, because let's be honest, Kamala Harris has a very good chance of running our country at some point. And we know what she's going to say.
Take over.
We know what she's going to say, really, what her points are. But that's an important debate, I think, to me.
You know what? I would love to see them take away the major news media and have somebody like Joe Rogan take over.
Sure.
Like, I would love somebody who's like, you know what, Joe Rogan will fuck shit up. And what was your okay? You know, let's go around the room, because there's you know what, we're evenly yoked here. What was your opinion? Who was the stronger person? You know, when you were just saying that, you know what, people look at their body language, how you know, people
Biden
want.
Biden was the stronger one.
Okay, Scott, what's your
Yeah.
opinion?
I think that's my take from it too. I think Trump came across as childlike.
Judy, what do you think?
I already know that Trump always comes across kind of childlike. So, I mean, I think it's kind of expected from him to act that way. But I didn't see anything from either of them that, I don't know.
Really won
Neither.
your approval?
No,
Not at
sorry.
this point.
Sorry,
No, it's
Mike.
fine. No, I had a lot of the same the same tanks. But I think a lot of people stand behind Trump because he's not afraid to be the aggressor. He's not afraid to say, like, no, you're full of shit. We're not going to go down the
It's
political
a time and
route.
place for
I
that,
think that
though.
there.
It's a
I
time
think
and
that there.
place.
I think that there is to piggyback on what you just said. I think that there is a feeling in this country that we always vote for the underdog, right? We're always going for the underdog, and I think that the left needs to come across the concept of this a little bit better and start realizing that the more that they back Trump into a corner, the more supporters they're going to get from that side of the fence that are like backing the underdog
100%
because these
agree.
guys are picking on him too much. So,
You know what? If you look at his
you know,
entire
and-
presidency, like, he has not had a moment that he wasn't going through an impeachment
they never let up,
hearing,
yeah.
this or that, or an
and whether or not you think those,
investigation.
and whether or not you think those were warranted, it doesn't
All right.
change the fact that it's happened the whole way through.
I mean, it's crazy to me. Like, even to the point to the Supreme Court justice, right? The SCOTUS,
Mhm.
and it's a big fight. What's really happening? What's really going to change all the bullshit?
I'll tell you what they should have done. Why not take the opinion of a 20? Why not go from the philosophy of a 20-year-old chick?
Perfect.
You're going to appeal to 20-year-old voters. Let's go
For
with
most
it.
of recent
Let's
history,
go with the
20 Are they going to
20-year-old
go
voters.
out? Are they going to go out and vote? I want to know.
Of media,
Right?
entertainment, and online.
This guy's got the
political
right idea.
discourse. And for that reason, I am the first person running a candidacy fueled entirely by the opinions of 20-year-old girls. Hi, James, grown man with the opinions of a 20-year-old girl here. Could I be counting on your vote this election? Sure, Biden has
Scott would
20-year-old girl
cuss them the
talking
fuck out.
points, and Trump's like a 20-year-old girl on Twitter. But my opinions just finished a few semesters of a liberal arts degree. I'm promising simple solutions to complex issues, to have zero problem holding conflicting opinions. Under my presidency, America will borrow all money on a high-interest credit card, and then
You can't
deal
even
with that in
vape in
5 years,
California
which is like
anymore.
forever
Shit.
away. I'm so sorry
5
to bother
years is
you when
forever.
Mercury's in retrograde, but I'd love to tell you about my plan to get rid of homelessness by giving every homeless person $1 billion. My health care plan is to provide every citizen with a therapist that will tell them nothing's their fault. My stance on that will depend on what I most recently learned in class, but I can promise you I will criminalize being a meanie. I plan to offer neighboring countries unsolicited
Jail for
advice
meanies,
while making
right?
sure that our country is ostensibly a fucking mess. My entire caucus will be sloppy drunk by 9 p.m. under the guise of self-care. Good question. I'm going to give them more money. 400 new holidays for finding yourself. Yeah, I think the funding's going to go up for that one, yeah. Problematic police? No more police. People not obeying COVID rules? Hire more police to arrest them. And I vow to put off getting my driver's license indefinitely. Now, Ms. Anderson, would you be interested in a candidate who will find out about U.S. atrocities in real time and lecture you about them in real time? Did someone say celebrity endorsements? 80% of Twitter hashtags
Taylor.
are written by girls in their 20s. And I'm going to make damn sure that those Twitter hashtags represent 110% of my policy decisions. Someone who will stand up for America by making ludicrous proposals and claiming to be unheard when not met. I may be a white man, but my opinions identify as a 20-year-old girl.
What the fuck?
80% of my budget will go to fairness, 70% of my budget will go to animals, and 60% will go to Starbucks for all.
Starbucks for all. I'd like that.
I want to get one of the lattes from Idiocracy from Starbucks.
Right? Oh, or some big ass fries.
Or some
Rondo.
big-ass fries.
Big ass fries sound pretty good right now.
Rondo?
What's a Brondo?
Let's take a
Oh,
quick
the Gatorade?
Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with some more funny shit for you. We promise.
This break brought to you by Brondo.
Yes.
Brondo's Day. Male hippos use their tails to fling the poop to impress female hippos, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know very I don't know very many female humans that would be impressed by male hippos flinging their poo.
My wife is she's the exception to that norm.
She would be impressed by male hippos flinging their poo?
No, she loves to go into the
hippo?
No, I'm saying that you love to go into the bathroom after I poop.
Really? Oh, that's...
Exactly. She's like, it smells like
I once ate a
it smells
Chinese-
like orange and poop in your
I once
mouth.
I once ate a Chinese dish that was called Who Flung Dung.
You probably ate the cream of some young man too.
No, some young ho. I prefer that.
What else is going on in the news, dude? Let's talk about something fucking funny.
How about your jetpack paramedic? I don't know that that's funny, but that's a thing.
Dude, this shit's cool.
Yeah?
Tell me, you know
Let's
what?
play
Where's
the
all my
video real quick.
superhero dorks at? Where's my guys who watch freaking Avengers Endgame and tell me this is not Iron Man?
The jet suit.
Have you seen this, Ash?
So this guy's going in to rescue people, right? That's what's going on there.
So they are working on this in the UK. They're bringing a jetpack to be able to rescue people off of
Hills and terrain that helicopters have a hard time getting to.
Yeah,
That sort
and
of thing,
it'll be quick.
Fuck rescue, and I'm flying around the world.
Baby.
Hey, could you rescue me again?
Can I please get one of these jetpacks?
This guy calls in every Sunday for a rescue on the side of the same goddamn mountain.
You know how?
Hey, my insurance covers it. You know.
Exactly. You know how fast I would go to the grocery store? I'll be back.
With a jetpack.
It'll probably take you longer to fucking get that.
Oh yeah, I'd be flying around all over the damn place. Yeah, but look, what are those things on his hands? They look freaking cool.
Well, those are probably the controllers. You know so.
Tell me you wouldn't ride that thing.
Oh, I would. I mean,
tell me you wouldn't ride that thing.
I'd test ride. In fact, I would volunteer to test it.
I would ride it.
There's some friends of mine do drone build big drones, and they're working right now on
big?
big
You don't get your finger out my face.
They're working on certifications that these drones can go in and do very similar to what these guys do. So the drone's capable of carrying 2 adults. So it brings a rescuer in. The rescuer can hook up to the rescuee, and then the drone can fly them out. Limited time, right? You got
Who
5
flies
minutes.
the drones?
Well, I guess a 4th and maybe even a 5th person would be involved in this, but
from their damn iPhones, huh?
Well, I guess technically you could fly yourself around on the drone. Whoop! Oh shit! That was a close one.
How long till Vegas?
That knee's never going to feel the same again.
Say we need to try these out. We're going to Vegas.
What they're telling me is the problem is like the battery packs give you like 10 minutes, like 10 minutes of takeoff.
So
get the hell up there, do what you're gonna do. We're not gonna take it to Vegas.
Fuck.
Sorry, Rich. Fuck. I mean, airplane flights are still only like $50 round trip. It's not the end of the world.
Until these planes.
Tiani rode one of those things one time. It's just on the water.
Did you? How'd you do, T?
We saw one of those guys out there last night on the water, remember?
Me, I didn't give up.
Were you wearing the turban? Were you wearing the turban?
Going up and I kept face planting. Going up, face planting. I'm surprised my wig didn't fall off. But it was,
you were actually.
It was pretty nuts.
Is that where that weave on the side of the road came from? That was T.
I saw one walking around the city the other day in 2 different places. So gross.
Weaves or Tiani's face planting?
No, weave. Because as I alluded to on the last show, I have to step around unimaginable things every morning on my way to the coffee shop. And one of the nicer areas of town, too, really. God forbid our building was in the Tenderloin or some sections of the Mission or something like that. But, yeah, there was a weave, and we saw, oh, look at that. And then we saw another piece of it.
Okay, weaves, wigs, and extensions are so different.
Very different.
It was. I didn't want to get close enough to it to find out if it was a portion of a wig or a portion of a weave. I just knew it was.
It could have been
or
a
it was
cat.
somebody's
It
human
been a dead
hair
cat.
that got yanked in the pimp mobile and the hair came out. It wasn't. I gave it a wide berth
It
and I
could have
kept
been
walking to get my
somebody
coffee.
who got scalped.
There's been a number of times where I've gone to get
Scalped?
coffee and I've got to the coffee shop and said nothing for me, thank you, because I was so disgusted by what I saw on the way there.
What kind of shit are you guys watching on Netflix from Tiani's? It could have been somebody getting scalped.
Oh, we watch a whole lot of crazy
Sometimes we wake
shit.
up in the morning and we're like, hey, maybe we shouldn't fall asleep to Forensic Files anymore.
Ashley loves watching that
Because we
kind of
get
shit when we
it
go
puts
to
us to sleep.
Yeah.
But then we both wake up with nightmares. Like I don't know. I dreamed I was living here 10 years ago before you'd moved in, and somebody was in the house and they attacked me and
Not
like
because of that. We're eating before we go to bed.
real
That's the
shit,
issue.
like where you're like, yeah, that very believable, and checking to see if my gun's loaded.
You know what?
kind of
It's
stuff.
okay to watch Forensic Files. You can't watch that
That
freaking
show
I
Buried in
almost
the
got away
Backyard.
with murder. That's
Or
the show you
Snapped or
can't watch.
something like that, or-
Snapped. Yeah, exactly.
The ones where the show ends and they still haven't found the killer yet.
How about Buried in the
That's always
Backyard?
the
Do you ever
wife.
watch that, Ash?
Buried? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty crazy.
You can't watch Buried in the Backyard.
Let's hit you with some. Let's hit you with some funny list. With a funny
We got
list.
some
What do you
good
think about
stuff.
that?
Yeah, we got some good stuff.
You want to hit the funny list?
Hit the funny list. Let's
Hit
go.
the funny list. Okay, so a couple 2-3 weeks ago,
Couple 2 or 3.
couple 2-3, we hit you with some medical slang terms, if you will, within the medical community.
So should we
Bonita means big old needle in the ass.
So should we
things like that.
should we challenge the women?
to come up with a list?
Well, no, just like give her the terms.
Oh, okay.
Give
All
her
right.
the terms, and let's
Sure.
let the
Sure.
ladies,
We can do that.
say.
There's yeah. Okay. So this is now the redneck medical term list. So this is
Redneck.
No.
Redneck.
redneck's a little, it's strong wording, but we're an internet. Excuse me. We're an internet show, and we
It's that whiskey.
it's the and the beer and the pizza and the.
Whiskey
didn't
dick
know I
is
was
next.
pregnant.
All right. So starting off with the A section. What is artery?
What's an artery?
Artery.
Oh.
Nothing.
Gotta be. Where's my? Where's my?
I don't even know.
Gotta-
Artery?
You said
That's not the word I'm looking for.
There
That's
it
what I'm looking for. Okay. Artery. So you get 5 seconds. Artery is the study of paintings.
is. It's artery.
Bacteria. Bacteria. Anybody?
Back later. Come back later.
Nope.
back
Ashley, how about you?
the back area. The back area.
The back door to the cafeteria.
Yes,
Okay,
there
we
you
got to
go.
move through these here. Barium.
Barium.
Bury
Mhm.
them.
Barium. Barium. B-A-R-I-U-M.
Bury him alive. Bury.
Bury him.
Bury the person.
He's dead.
Bury him.
Bear with me.
Okay, we'll give you that one. So that's what doctors do when patients die.
Bury him.
Bury him.
Barium.
Benign. Benign.
Ooh,
Be nice.
What?
You, you already have heard this list. You don't get to.
Be nice. Be nice.
It's what you be after you be ate.
You'd be
Okay.
nice. You'd be nice.
This one's easy. It's the CAT scan. CAT scan.
Scan of the
Come on. Anybody?
badge.
You guys are terrible.
Something to do with the vagina.
CAT scan. Searching for
CAT
searching
scan.
for kitty. Okay. Cauterize.
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 Oh, you caught someone looking at you?
I'll give you that. Made eye contact
I
with
was-
her.
Made
I was
eye
about to say
contact.
that.
Cauterize.
Caught
A
her
cowlick.
eyes.
A calic.
Cowlick.
Ball spot.
A sheepdog.
It's a calic.
I don't know.
This one, you know what? I'll skip past that one because you have to see it written. It's coma. It's a punctuation mark, but coma when you see you have to see it written. Okay.
Exactly.
Dilate.
I'm late.
Nope.
A day late.
Nope.
Pussy thump.
What?
What the hell? Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
Dilate means to live long.
Too much whiskey for this.
Okay,
one.
we're
That's
actually
what I said. Die late.
losing watchers from this, and I think this is gold right
They're
now.
like
How about,
money.
hey, I'll tell you what, you guys think we should go back to politics? Go ahead and chime in here, and we'll go back to politics. We'll keep, okay, so enema.
Oh.
Enema.
Yeah, enema.
You know what an enema
The back
is?
door.
Yeah.
Nope,
Yeah.
that's,
Insert the
See
back
that
door.
face?
nope,
Enema.
Easy slide.
not a friend.
It's an
Oh,
enema.
enema.
Enema,
Not
yeah.
a friend.
Yeah.
Enema.
Fester.
Not a friend.
Ooh, I don't like this
Fester.
word.
Fester.
The
That
Uncle
word
from Adam's
doesn't sit
family.
good
Nope.
with me.
Faster than someone else.
Faster.
Pedophile.
It's faster.
Yeah.
Uncle Fester?
Fibula.
Quit lying.
Someone's lying.
Quit
Fibula.
lying.
Someone's
That's a
lying.
small lie. Okay. Labor pain.
Labor pain.
I see the look on your
Labor
face.
pain.
Period.
It's getting hurt at work.
Oh.
This seems obvious to me.
Oh, that
Labor
was.
pain. Morbid.
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 Head.
A higher bid on or higher offer on eBay.
Morbid is a higher
Yep.
offer. on eBay.
Okay.
It's not a bid.
Medical redneck medical list. If you're just tuning in to catch us, redneck
Someone
medical
said you
list.
need
These
to
are
look up
these are terms. These are terms that if you hear them and you're from certain areas of our flyover
understand-
areas of our country, you might think that these mean a different thing.
Hey, isn't Tiani from there? The
No,
Ozarks?
she went to visit there a couple weeks ago,
I'm
but not from there.
What the fuck? Bro. That
Yeah.
was.
She's from San Jose.
Someone
Do you
come
know the
get
way
their
to San Jose?
man. Someone come get their man.
Do
Come
you
get
know
him.
the way to
Yeah,
San
sure, it's
Jose?
up 580 and then 680 or 880,
Sometimes
depending.
you're on
Sometimes
101,
Warm
you
Springs
gotta go
Boulevard and into
85.
87 Capitol Expressway and
My
all
wife-
that.
you know
Story and
what?
King, I think there
My
was
wife
a
gets
record
so
shop
mad.
we used to go to.
Her family's from San Jose. We have to go out there, on a regular basis.
Which part of San Jose?
All
Oh, the rich
over.
part, bro.
Seven
The rich
Trees.
part. The
Okay,
rich part,
the
no.
Seven Trees
No,
is
not
not the
Seven
rich part.
Trees.
No, they're from
Not cemetery.
I got
Campbell.
family from there.
Oh, from the.
Los Gatos.
Yeah, from the
I
past.
gotta
the
tell you.
poor person.
I gotta tell you a funny. I'll get back to this in a second. I gotta tell you a funny story about Los Gatos. So we're in Los Gatos, and we're putting back many years ago, and I used to work for a major alarm company. We're putting a contact on a Picasso painting. So I'm giving you an idea of the type of place we're at. We're putting an alarm contact inside the house on a Picasso painting because ADT is going to be all over that when the Picasso painting gets stolen by some jackass burglar that just says, "Hey, I think I'll throw this in the back of my Econoline," and they take off, right? Like, it's not going to be a professional burglar that's, I don't know, going to cut the fucking phone line before they break into the house. And then none of it works at all anyways.
It almost have Wi-Fi now, though.
Now, this is 1997.
Whoa.
Oh my
99.
That was before Facebook.
99. Well before
That was
Facebook.
before
Even before
Facebook.
the internet. So anyways, we're in this house. I'm putting an alarm contact on here, and we just got Nextels. And so if you don't remember what Nextel is, yeah, it's a telephone, but it's like a two-way radio, right? And you can chirp somebody, you can say.
Metros and
But what
chirpers.
people didn't
Metros and
understand is
chirpers.
there's a difference when I answer a phone and I say hello, because generally I'm not immediately on speakerphone, number one, and
Yeah.
number two is if I'm in a private odd setting or no, I'm sorry, not private setting, I'll go to a private setting, right? Nextels don't work that way. And you should say, you should say, hey, Scott, or if you had a call sign or whatever. But no, we had this
Like
friend.
Maverick? What was your call sign?
We had this friend named Justin. I think you know Justin.
I do.
Blue pickup truck
Yeah.
Justin, and he worked for there.
What was your call sign?
I didn't have a call sign, but this day I did. Hey, fucking poop dick! And the owner, and the owner of the house was standing right next to me when I said this, and he just, this is how you talk to each other. Yeah.
Hey.
Obviously, this is how we talk to each other. This is what he
Doctor?
just called me, doctor. All right, back to the list.
Okay.
Nitrates.
Night rates. Prostitutes. Rates.
That's a good answer, but no.
Oh.
That's a good answer, but
Night rates.
What do we got?
Yeah.
What's a nitrate?
Explosion.
no. Rates for pay working at night usually higher than day rates.
It's kind of close.
Node. N-O-D-E. Node.
The chode. That's when you have the little dick.
Nope,
fatter
that's
than-
chode.
Okay.
I thought, yeah. Node.
It's wider than it is long.
Node.
I knowed something.
Ah!
You got it.
Was aware of.
Yeah,
Okay.
you knowed it. You knowed. I've been knowed it.
I knowed it.
I'm drinking your whiskey.
We watched some.
Drink it.
Speaking of crime
I
shows,
think
we
you
watched.
guys gave me more than
We
you
watched
gave
one the
me.
other night.
No, you're just watered down.
We watched one the other night, and she kept saying, "I knowed it was him. I knowed it was him."
I knowed it
So
was
that's it.
him.
Okay,
Hey.
outpatient.
That's when you call it ambulance.
Damn.
Close, but no. I mean, I guess you would call the amber lamps for this, but outpatient.
In and out.
Patient outside.
Buddy.
Yeah, patient outside.
In and out.
Patient
So
outside.
that's your final answer.
Final answer.
Quickie.
It's a patient who fainted.
Outside.
I mean, outside, inside, in the vehicle, in the pool.
What did I say?
Pelvis.
Ash is freaking sorry, I can't read it. Hold on.
Ash is a freaking redneck.
That's my bestie.
Well-
I love you.
I'm not saying that this is a scientific
what
experiment
did
or
you
anything,
say?
but according to this
That's-
list, she's not very redneck because she's only gotten two of these words kind of
Hey,
okay.
I've got.
So,
What is the word again?
well, we haven't moved to the next one. Pelvis. Pelvis is the next one. I guess we did.
Pelvis.
Pelvis. Pelvis.
The
Pay all
munch.
this.
Mhm.
Pay all of this.
Redneck terms right now.
Coochie.
Pelvis. What does pelvis mean? Looking for
Paying all
definitions here.
this.
Okay.
Pelvis.
Second cousin to Elvis.
Pelvis.
Post-operative.
My cousin. That's my cousin Pelvis.
Post-operative.
Is this the new word? Okay. Post-operative.
Postman.
Oh, she's got it, mailman. All right.
I don't-
I do believe Tiani and Ashley are both tied for redneck position right now.
Exactly. She's from the Ozarks.
Okay,
That's what
tiebreaker. We got 6 more words.
happened. Come on.
All right,
Come on,
here
man,
we
you got
go.
this.
Here we go.
Oh, I didn't know we were competing.
Rectum.
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 That's the
Wreck,
ass.
like ruined him.
Oh yeah, a wreck.
Judges.
You're a wreck.
I'll give it to her. I'll give it to her.
You're a wreck.
Wait, you know the answers to these?
I've seen these things.
He does.
Get it to.
What
Kind of.
What was it?
Damn near killed him.
Yeah. Rectum.
Yeah, Rectum.
Damn near
Close
killed him.
enough.
Yeah,
Damn
you
near
got it.
killed
I'll
him.
give it to you. I'll
Close
give it to you.
enough.
No, we both got that one.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we're still tied up. Secretion. Hiding. Secretion is hiding something. Okay. Seizure.
Seizure.
Shake.
Seizure. If you don't know this
Oh,
one.
stopper.
Oh no.
Hold
no,
her.
no,
Seize
no,
her.
No. God damn it, no. I'm gonna give you another
He's so
chance.
mad. He's so mad. Think about it again.
Think about it. Caesar. I'll say it that way.
Caesar.
The pizza? How about the prince?
Caesar Milan.
The artist?
Caesar Milan.
Caesar.
I'm so disappointed. I'm so
A
disappointed.
Roman emperor.
I said the Prince.
you.
Well, that's
Not
not
the
the
Prince, but
that's not the
important.
Prince.
The
I
art
mean,
guy.
Caesar's Palace.
The art.
No, you said pizza. You
I
didn't
said
say
pizza.
you said pizza.
I said pizza, art,
I can't.
I meant Caesar's Palace.
Prince.
Judges. Okay.
Negative.
I think T got it. It's
Terminal.
The same guy.
Terminal.
It's the same guy.
We've given you guys far too many gimmies already. You've had way too many mulligans, so no. All right, terminal. We got 3 more now. Terminal illness.
Oh, cancer.
Terminal illness.
Dying.
Well, that's what it means normally.
Terminal.
This is redneck medical terms. right now.
Redneck medical
Ill.
terms. Terminal illness.
You crazy.
You got that terminal illness.
You got the terminal illness.
You
Yeah,
crazy.
terminal illness.
Ill.
The terminal illness.
Bad. Shut up.
She's thinking.
I
She's
can't.
thinking.
That's too
Terminal
long.
illness.
Terminal illness.
Ray, help
Getting
me out.
sick at the airport. You guys disgust me.
Oh, God.
All right, tumor.
Tumor?
Tumor.
Tumor.
Shut up.
Tumor.
Oh, tune in your guitar? Tuner.
No, tumor.
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 You're a pain in my ass.
Yeah.
Tumor. Tune it down. Tone it
I'm
up.
so disappointed right now.
Why?
1 + 1 more. 2 more.
Tumor.
Oh, tune it up.
Tumor. Whatever you have, there's tumor
I
of them.
think
Oh,
we're
2
thinking
more.
way
Two-
too,
Well,
too far out of the box.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Is that it? Is that it? We're
gotta be-
overthinking this
it's
thing?
gotta be
Okay.
No,
All right.
shut up. Because if
For our
y'all
final-
didn't read it first, you wouldn't have known it either.
Zachary got it online. Tumor drinks.
You hear what she just
Tumor
said?
beer.
She
No,
used the word node in a sentence.
Ray,
Oh,
Ray
two
even
more.
checking in. Two
Two
more.
more.
You
Thank
guys.
I know.
Hey, Zach
right.
gets the. he gets
2
the-
more drinks. He gets it.
You
Zach wins
guys
the award.
wouldn't have known it either.
Don Graham. Don knew it too. He fixed
I
our boat.
know. We need to come up with something
Hey,
to ask
our boat
them.
still sounds good and looks good. Don, thank you.
I think Don
Yes,
should be a
it does.
sponsor of the
Yes,
show.
AG Audio Design.
But
hooked my
don't
boat
say
up.
the .com part. We need to pay us before we include
Yeah.
that.
No, he took care. He took care of me. I can't say anything bad about Don. He's family to me. He does an amazing job with boat stereos,
Okay.
car stereos.
Quit kissing ass.
We got one.
Raymond-
We got one more word. Tiebreaker, ladies. I'm gonna give you an extra. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to answer this one. It's a tiebreaker.
Okay, there's a tiebreaker.
All right, you ready?
You
ready?
First response.
Redneck
head
Redneck Medical
hurts.
Dictionary. Normal word, redneck version of it, what it means in medical terminology. Here you go. We want the definition. 30 seconds. Urine.
Yes.
You're in.
You're in.
You're in.
You're here. Here.
You're in.
Come in.
Inside.
Come inside.
All right, I'll tell you the definition. We got to go to the judges on this one.
Piss.
Opposite of you're out.
You're inside.
You're in is kind of it's still a tie. Tune in on the Dick Show next week when we have a tiebreaker between the two ladies to figure out who won the medical terminology.
Bro, you know what we need?
What do we need? Sponsors?
No,
People to give us
besides the
money for
sponsors.
doing this show?
No,
I would like that. We need
a-
that desperately.
We need a wife challenge.
A wife challenge? All right, we should come up with that.
Like what?
Well, because they chuckle and giggle like little schoolgirls every time one of us has to do some dumb shit. So
Exactly.
maybe it's time one of them had to do something. I get it.
Fine, you can do it.
What challenge?
I can do
You
a
won't do
challenge.
it. You won't do it. You won't do it.
Oh, Scott,
What
challenge him. Challenge him.
I got to think
Don't be
about
doing
this.
no
Now we know.
stupid
Now
shit.
we know about it. We got. You know what? You and I, since it's the challenge of the wise, we need to come up with something because this is a different.
Taxes.
This is not one person doing a dumb thing. This is some. This is 2 women, and one of them has to
All right.
outdo the other in the dumb thing.
I like
So
that.
What?
Oh,
What?
wait, we got to outdo each other?
What?
How about we outdo you two?
no, I want to hear what Ashley's idea was.
Oh, I was gonna say, ask the viewers if they have any ideas of challenges.
That's a good
for
idea.
us.
Good idea. What
Viewers,
can-
you got some challenges.
nice.
The wife challenge.
the
let us
wife
know.
challenge. Exactly.
Put some friends on your show.
Well, that's about an hour for us, so I think it's time to skedaddle on out of here. What do you think?
Absolutely.
We're gonna leave you with a funny video right now. One from our picks. Thank you guys for tuning in. Catch us again next Wednesday night, 7:00 p.m. A damn good show.
Damn good show. You like this shirt? Damn good shirt.
Works every time. Dick like mine, dick like mine.
The Dick Show.
A dick like mine.
The Dick
We had a
Show.
lot more.